It's story time. Last year, I saw a lady in her 50s who told me that her husband was emotionally abusive towards her. Now, this lady had some medical issues. I'm going to throw up a list and pay attention to this because I'm going to come back to this in a minute. So, she suffered with fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, chronic jaw pain, depression, and poor sleep. This lady's children told her to leave her husband, that is their father, but she felt she had too much to lose if she were to leave him. So I finished my consultation with her, and guess who the next patient on my list was? It was her husband. And this is not surprising, but he was in perfect health. He was happy. He was sleeping like a baby. He had no medical issues, and he rated his mental health as being 10 out of 10. I had to be very professional. It was a real test because my blood was boiling. I'm sharing this true story today to help you to see the effects of emotional abuse because people think emotional abuse is not as bad as physical abuse because you're not being beaten. But here are the physical and mental effects of emotional abuse. And this is based on research. Fibromyalgia, and this is linked to trauma, irritable bowel syndrome, different forms of chronic pain like headaches and back pain, depression, eating disorders, post-traumatic stress disorders, and social anxiety. So remember the patient's history that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and I hope you can see it lines up really well with what current research has shown to be the effects of emotional abuse. The moral of this story is that no relationship should make you feel physically or mentally unwell. And it doesn't matter if the person you're in relationship with is a close relative or a person that's been your best friend for the past 20 years. Now, I understand relationships are really complex and it can be very hard to leave relationships because of cultural reasons, religious reasons, or even financial reasons. And it's especially hard to leave a relationship when you really love that person. But also remember that true love should never harm you. So if you can't leave a toxic relationship, you need to develop some coping strategies to help you to survive, or you need to be setting some really hard boundaries to keep yourself safe. So here's a list of what you can do. First of all, educate yourself on what emotional abuse actually is and what it isn't. Because the more awareness you have of it, the more empowered you will be to change the dynamic of the relationship. Number two, get help from a qualified mental health professional that's especially trained in dealing with trauma. Number three, you can contact your GP. Your GP is your gateway to the services within your community that can offer you support. Number four, you could join a self-help group so you're with other people dealing with similar issues, and that can be very, very helpful. And number five, you need to cultivate relationships with people who are healthy because you need to understand what a healthy relationship is, and that can help with your healing. Please share this reel with somebody who is a victim of emotional abuse, and you could be saving their lives. As I said before, no relationship should ever cost you your health. This is reel number 24 in my series, 30 Ways to Get Healthier, to Look Better, and to Live Your Best Life. Stay tuned.